had some guys that injured. How did they look? Are they coming along, and how are they progressing?
JJ didn't practice today. Jameer played yesterday. He practiced today. Who else are we missing?
Hito.
Aaron. Turk did not practice today. Aaron did not practice today. Keep it rolling. What else?
Daquan.
DJ practiced today. Got somebody else?
Al Harrington, who is that?
Al practiced today.
That completes the list, I think.
There we go.
Al practiced, okay.
It shouldn't have to be that long of a list. That's too bad.
You expect Aaron in Cleveland?
Yes.
What about JJ? Still too early to tell?
As far as playing wise, not sure about that.
Concerned about illness with Hito, or is that a contained thing?
Just, we don't need anyone else going down, so any coughing can stay away from me and the rest of the players.
What was your message at practice today?
Really about controlling what we can control. We went up and down a little bit scrimmage-wise. I thought our approach as a team was really good today. And it's really about, there's a lot of opportunities in the course of a game where you can control whether or not it's running hard into a screen and running out of a screen, or actually screening for a teammate and boxing out. Those things you can do every single possession. It's just a matter of willing yourself to do it and doing it over and over again.
Coach, is there anything you can do to lift the spirits? Or is there only so much you can do? They just got to continue to play through it?
I think a great part of life overall is self-evaluation. So I'm always continuously trying to see what I can do to lead the guys, to get them in a better position to win, to form good habits, to get away from our deficiencies. So it's definitely on me, self-evaluation, all the time.
In your self-reflection, have you seen anything that you'd like to change, or are you satisfied and comfortable with the leadership that you're?
Well, we've tried to really keep things simple, and I think a little bit at this stage of the year where guys have responded pretty well to our concepts, let's say defensively, and I think we could add a few things that could help us as the season goes on a little bit. So I'd say that would be the immediate answer for you.
How close is Al from stepping on the court, and what does he need to do now to get onto the court?
I'm not sure timetable-wise. I was never given a timetable and never put a timetable or anything. He's just continued to progress, and he hasn't had any setbacks, and so for me that's good.
Is he going to be traveling with you to Cleveland?
He's been traveling.
Okay.
Your persona is so good on television and in print. Do you ever have a moment where even you get a little frustrated? Can you let us in a little bit?
This is me. From the day I think we met, I said I was going to be me, consistent in my approach. I have not one bit tried to coach like another coach. And so I think our guys appreciate that. And I've said before, in times of adversity, you really get to know yourself and you get to know the people around you. And so this has been growth for me also. The challenge and how do you respond to it, and how do you continue to want to be better and live in the now and correct mistakes and move on too. So it's a great challenge, and enjoying every minute of it.
Jack, you had any recent update on Glenn after the surgery? How he's doing?
We've talked, and he's doing well as you could imagine. He's not playing basketball, which he loves to do. But we'll continue to talk, and but we have talked.
Have you talked to any other coaches about what you've gone through these last 24 years?
Not in particular of I get texts as far as encouragement and things of that nature, and I think overall coaches around the league have appreciated the way the guys have responded and the way they've played and continue to play, and so overall theme, that's been encouraging to see other people around the league seeing us fight and continue to try to get better.
Did you expect this, to go through this type of adversity?
There were no expectations. At the beginning of the year, I never said we were going to win or lose a certain amount of games. I really tried to keep things simple, and my expectations were we were going to come and get better every day. Now, when obstacles are put in front of you, you use them. You either use them as a stumbling block or you step over them. And we're going to continue to try to step over them. And I equate things to life a lot, because I think basketball is a microcosm of what goes on in the world. And you have choices. And we have a choice as individuals to continue to try to build together as a team. That's the best part of being a team, is you're doing it together and you're fighting together, and when you're winning together, it's awfully good. There's no substitute. My journeys along the way of the relationships and the friendships that I gained from being around team basketball.
As you prepare for Cleveland, Jacque, what stands out to you about them?
Mr. Irving stands out, without a doubt. He is an all-star, and he is playing at an unbelievably high level, taking over games, making game-winning shots. He's a special point guard, and he's got them playing at a high level.
What makes him so tough to defend?
He can score. He's extremely quick. He can finish at the rim, both hands, and he pushes the pace. He's fearless. That's some good qualities to have.
You prepare to blitz him like they did last night to Jameer? If the occasion arises, gets on a roll?
Each team is different. They're blitzing with Lamar Odom and DeAndre Jordan and Ryan Hollins. Those guys are 7 feet and probably the wingspan of 3 of them stretching the width of the floor. So different teams, different strategies.
This is blessing in disguise for Mo, Kyle, guys like that, with all the injuries. Instead of dipping their toe in the pool, they're kind of got it up to their knee now.
It was a long year. We never laid out to you guys a plan of whether or not they were going to play 30 minutes, 10 minutes, or 3 minutes. The approach was to put them in a position of success. Early on, Mo was starting. Got to a stretch in the season and wasn't starting. Now he's getting a lot of minutes because of the work that he's done, and also because of injuries. It's a matter of taking advantage of that.
Yesterday you talked about determining good rotations, and you were following that with stats. What stats do you look at to sort of quantify a chemistry that makes a good rotation?
There's a lot of numbers that a lot of people can crunch and come up with. You got basic, plus, minus. There's a bunch of numbers that you can look at. I look at them, but I also base my ideas off of instinct and feel, and when you watch the tape and see where shots are coming from and who's getting shots and at what time of the game, so you can do it with numbers and feel.
How involved are the players in those numbers? Do you say to them, when you play with so-and-so, you have a plus-minus of this, or is that peeling back the curtain on Oz a little too much?
No, that would be a coach's office, kind of coaches only. Players aren't concerned about, they're concerned about numbers, but different numbers.
And you're on the advanced track, basketball 501.
No, not at all. It's been around a long time.
The numbers that they're concerned about
a little different.
Shot attempts and minutes and
a little different than plus minus and other jargon like that.
Coach, why are you so positive?
Mike, there's a choice in life. You can control that. I enjoy looking at the best in people. Believing in the human spirit. I think there's good in all of us. Whether we choose to bring it out or not, it's up to us. When you turn on the news, Is that first story good or bad? There's a choice. And for me, I choose to live in this area of my life. I think it impacts people more positively in whether it needs to be change, whether there needs to be reassurance, or whether you're just doing it together. I'd rather do it in a positive realm.
Is it hard to stay positive amid a 11-game losing streak? And
I think it's a great challenge. It's easy, and a lot of times in life we try to get away with the easy out and the easy answer. And I choose not to. And I think in all of us, there's a battle, there's a struggle to be positive. Whether you're driving in your car and you want that car to turn right and he's not turning right, and the response that you have. Just like on the floor. We have a turnover in the course of a game. I have a choice of having a response. But how am I going to get to my player? And not only get to him then, but 7 games from now. And I really believe in relationships, because those are the test of who you are as a human being, who you surround yourself with. And when people come across me, I want them to say they had a positive interaction with me. They might not ever see me again, but it was a positive interaction with me.
so if somebody cuts you off on the road, you give them the thumbs up?
I got a choice. I got a choice to let that affect me then and the rest of the day. I got a choice that now if I'm upset, now I go home, I see my beautiful kids, I got a choice that did I let that affect me? Did I let that one play throughout the course of the game affect 7 plays later because they didn't call a foul? Did I let me being upset because a referee didn't call goaltending affect my decision making with 20 seconds left in the game? I got a choice.
Are you more positive because you have a bunch of young players and you need to keep them?
I say if you talk to people who've come across me, whether it was my roommate in college or my high school coach, I think my look on life, it's a part of me. It comes from my parents and my upbringing and their belief in, like I said, in the human spirit, and that there's good in people. And in this realm, people want to be coached. And for me, the way to get to them, I think is more positive than anything.
You know, they call you the Prince of Positivity.
I did not know that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Life is good. Life is good. You can make it better. Life is good.
But
At the end of the day.
You also played for a couple guys like Jerry Sloan and Bob who have an edge to them.
Doesn't mean I don't have an edge to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring up video and you can probably see I haven't played with an edge.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't mean that I don't hold the guys accountable. And I'm quite sure they tell you I do. And I'm fair. Doesn't mean I don't have an edge.
Yes, that's it.
There's nothing wrong with me having an edge, still hugging you.
Mm-hmm. Is that the tough love?
I say it's genuine love. It's me wanting you to get better, and more ways than you might want to see. And that's my always pulling it back into life. Basketball's a part of it. You gotta go home to your kids, you gotta go home to your wife. You gotta be someone in the community that respected. People want you a part of the community. It's all part of it.
Good.
Thanks, Coach.
Indeed.
Are you going to write a
Coach.
book, Coach?